What is CBT and why is it helpful for people with disabilities? Stay tuned. What's up, YouTube? It's this guy, Jeremy McDonald. Let me hear you say it. One of your very favorite people with Parkinson's. Of course, that's Jeremy, also known as J Mac, Jeremy Mac. Let's do this thing. All right, I'm doing a little Mr. Rogers action here. I'm gonna take my shoes off. You can't see it, but hello, neighbor. Keeps me from thumping on the floor with my restless feet. All right. Get a hold of me, jmacpodcaster@gmail.com. Been staying off the socials lately since the election. Kind of soured on the whole thing. But Jeremy Mac 76 on Instagram. If you really need to get a hold of me, I don't really use Facebook anymore. All right, so let's talk about cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. All right, now I had a dear friend suggest to me when they found out some of the situations that I come into in my daily life with my son. He's got some issues, of course, having Parkinson's, and then just trying to help my wife take the load off her so much. My poor, frazzled, good-hearted woman. She's amazing. So my friend said, have you tried CBT? And I was like, is it like CBD? Because that does nothing for me. She goes, no, it's completely different. Cognitive behavioral therapy. The simplest way to describe it is changing the way you think about things, changing your brain cycle. One of the things that I tend to do when I get stressed is I get in a loop. My thoughts start racing like a hamster wheel, and I can't slow them down. Tips to do that, new perspectives on things that may help your attitude or your overall vibe, if you will, on certain issues, specifically health related. Now, I'm obviously I have Parkinson's, but we could talk about this in regards to diabetes, chronic arthritis, veterans that have come back from war, maybe with injuries and severe things like that, people that are in car accidents. It doesn't have to be Parkinson's, but I found anyway that there's some things I just cannot talk about with my wife or my friends. Those thoughts that kind of creep in your head sometimes when you're feeling maybe a little dark or a little despairing. We need somebody neutral to talk to, and somebody specifically who's going to help us deal with these thoughts. Now, I've went to other therapists. Now, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying if you get help from it, then by all means, but I've been to therapists that just basically listen to you, and I guess some people need that. I need help getting out of these ruts that I'm in, these emotional pitfalls, or the doldrums or the swamps that we can get in with disability. Some of the things we need to say, we can only say to a therapist. Don't make your spouse or even your friend, your best friend, the only person you talk to specifically about disability stuff. It's a hard subject, and I feel like we need professionals to deal with some of that. At least I do. I have Parky friends that I talk to. We can share our concerns with our health, and sometimes if you got a really good friend, you can share more. But I mean, I started about a year and a half ago, CBT, and my therapist has really helped me kind of practice mindfulness, which is something you hear a lot, but I don't think people really get it. For instance, there'll be times I'll be sitting around and I'll just feel anxious or agitated, and I have to take a deep breath and think about why I'm agitated. And sometimes it comes from a very obvious source, and sometimes it comes from something that's deep down that I don't even realize that I'm been kind of festering like a thorn in your foot or something. A splinter in your mind's eye, if you will, to sound like Morpheus from The Matrix. By the way, this chair got some love on YouTube and Instagram. It is more comfortable than any other chair in my house. And I do feel a little bit like Morpheus when he's in that room. Take the blue pill or the red pill. So yeah, this is my new throne for doing videos. It's very comfortable. My wife picked it out at the thrift store. She got it for next to nothing. So thank you, Naomi. But understanding why you feel the way you do can go a long way to figuring out what to do about it. Sometimes I'm agitated and I'll lash out, like, it's because you put too much salt on my broccoli that I'm irritated, when it's really maybe something my son did an hour ago that's still resonating with me, or maybe it's a discussion that me and my wife started the night before and it's been kind of boiling in my mind and we didn't finish it for just being busy. Practicing mindfulness is very good, but CBT, finding ways, I wouldn't say around your problems, but finding ways to mentally deal with some of the issues that we deal with. Let's not joke around here. Parkinson's and, among other things, MS and all, these things are very heavy, life-changing things. And one of the things my therapist said is, she said, allow yourself space to be angry. We're going to be angry from time to time. Hell, I'm angry at least once a day. She's like, don't push it down. Don't bury it. But she's like, find a safe space, whether it's going in the other room, putting on some headphones and blaring some heavy music. Maybe go for a run if you're fit enough. Punching bags, kickboxing, maybe yoga. You got to deal with our anger. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place this week, but I've been wanting to talk about this and how CBT has benefited me. I look forward to my sessions. I do them once a month. Some people do them weekly. Some people do them bi-weekly. Once a month seems to be about a good space for me, because I can kind of save up a month's worth of angst and concern. And on a side note, I was talking to my therapist yesterday, the day after the presidential election, and she said that out of her network, I guess she's got some kind of social network of different therapists that she knows or is associated with. A lot of them took off the day after the election because they were just so spent emotionally from all this roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down. I will say, I don't want to lose half my audience, but I was not thrilled with the outcome of the election. But you know what? Life moves on. I've got to take care of me and my family. And at the end of the day, we're all Americans. I could keep talking, but I feel like I probably lost you with that last one. I might not leave it in, but I just feel like I got to be real with people. And I've been stressed about the election too. I don't think either side was really having a good time during this whole thing. So let's just hope the waters calm down. And if they don't, you got to be true to yourself, you and your family, your kids, your wife, your parents, your loved ones. Taking care of them is the most important thing in the world. From my throne in St. Louis, Missouri, this is J Mac saying peace and love.